Guys, chasewins.com. Excuse me. Tuesday, December the 22nd, almost Christmas time, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's got their shopping done or whatever needs to be done where you can just relax, enjoy friends, family. Hopefully, you're in a place where you will be able to enjoy all that. They're not trying to keep you locked down and all that garbage this time of year. So, I'm going to do a quick video. YouTube, for the past few days, has been running extremely slow. And I don't know if it's because there's so much extra being uploaded this time of year from or what. But yesterday, trying to upload a video, 3.5 hours waiting, and it didn't even get to 40%. So, gonna make this video short, tell you what we have going on today, give you a couple of free plays. I won't do the typical, in-depth breakdown that I usually do to try to keep the video as short as possible. That way, hopefully, it'll be able to upload. Right now, it's just shortly after lunchtime on Tuesday, and I've got all but one or two plays, all solidified. I'm going to finish these. So hopefully by the time you see this, the card will already be out. I'm looking at 5 NCAA basketball plays, one NBA play, one play in the within the two games on the football slate today. And then I know Jerry and his soccer team have one premium soccer play going late this afternoon. Speaking of soccer, Monday, that was the only thing we released. Sunday, we actually released two soccer plays and one NCAA basketball play. Laid off of NFL completely. I know that made a lot of people upset, but I told people a week prior to when we released the NFL card that looking a week ahead, like we always do, that it wasn't a great card looking at it. Then when the lines were released early in the week, it was even worse because most of the lines were fairly sharp. They were. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because what happens is when you have those sharp lines where the lines are where they should be per what's going on with those teams throughout the season, is that when you have the games that either don't go that way or is a complete blowout one side or the other, or it's expected to be a big win and it's the last second possession or a field goal down to the wire or overtime, is that there's always an overreaction going into the next week, which provides big value in some unexpected games. So that's what we're hoping for this week. But guys, I know a lot of people got upset that we did not do NFL this Sunday. I'm not just going to release games because there's games on. I mean, I'm not going to do it. We have played a total of only 5 Monday Night Football games throughout this entire season. 5. And the first 2 weeks, there were two each. We played all four of those. We won all four of those, and we've had one Monday Night Football play since then. Monday Night Football is the most viewed football game on the NFL most weeks. That or Sunday Night Football. One or the other every week is typically the most viewed, which means it's typically going to be the sharpest, and there's not going to be a lot of value there. If I don't find value, I don't find an edge in the line, I don't find something that makes it worth taking and worth investing in, I'm not releasing a game just so I can say, hey, it's NFL Sunday, let me give them something to play. That's not where you want your money to be. So on Sunday, two soccer games, one NCAA basketball play. It was an underdog play. All three of them swept the board. On Monday, the only thing that was released was one premium soccer play, which was again another winner. That puts Jerry and his team on an 18-5 premium play run in soccer. There's nobody out there doing that, and we're not giving out line. I think the highest line that's been given out odds wise is $1.50. I mean, since his soccer team has released their information, most of them have been roughly $1.35 and below. The best soccer odds in the business, playing top games, low odds, and we're most soccer people that you see are releasing, and I know nothing about soccer. They're releasing minus 250s, minus 300s, overs that are minus $1.90. You're buying, a total is 2.5 or 3, and they're going in and telling you to play over a point and a half or something. They're buying it down to where you're having odds of over 200. There's no skill in that. Yes, if a line is at 3 and you can play over 1.5, yes, it's expected to go over that, of course. They're going to make you pay those odds because when they don't, they get to reap the benefits of you being dumb enough to buy that down that far and pay that much. So anyway, incredible soccer run, best in the business. And going tonight, it's at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where he's at in Phoenix. There is the biggest soccer release that his team's ever released, the biggest soccer release ChaseWins.com has ever had. It's their game of the month. It is on the site right now. You can purchase it. The game's been up since yesterday when we released it, so you've seen it out on Twitter, email list, everything. But it's up there. It is $100, and then it comes with a 7-day all play guarantee. I know when you see it, it'll say that it's 7 days of all soccer plays, but we're going to give you 7 days of all plays, all sports, everything, if this game were not to cash. But it is going to cash. So that, along with 5 NCAA basketball games, hopefully, and 1 NBA and 1 football game for sure. So we're looking at anywhere from a 6 to 8 play day going on Tuesday. So make sure that you get on board for that. Let me give you 2 premium plays real quick, 2 free plays real quick. One of them is going to be on the premium card that I've already locked in. And like I said, I'm not going to do my typical in-depth breakdown, but I'm going to give you 2 games that I really like. One is this UCF BYU game in football. Right now, UCF is catching 7. The line opened up at 6. It was teetering. It shot to 6.5 almost immediately. That's where it's been teetering around, since about 2 to 3 hours after release. Now you're getting it at 7 in most books. Circa, William Hill, Bovada's got it at 7. BetOnline, MyBookie, all of those have it at 7. Now that very well could come back down to 6.5 if UCF gets more action on them. 6.5, I still feel comfortable with. To be honest with you, I was comfortable at 6. I don't know that I would have released it as a premium play at 6, 6.5, and especially 7. I love taking UCF plus the points. Do I think BYU is the better team? No, I think the teams are about even. I think BYU has the better quarterback, and I think that they've got, downfield one major playmaker that I think is one big difference. And I also think that the way that BYU has played this year, I feel like they've been challenged and tested more, which would make them more battle tested for this game. But truth be told, I think the teams are about even, and outside of the quarterback, I think they're just deadlocked even. I think the quarterback is what would separate BYU from UCF on any given day. And I just don't know that with 2 teams that know so little about each other and 2 teams that didn't have a ton of time to prepare for each other. It's not like they've been sitting back knowing all season that they were going to play each other. They had a couple of weeks. That was about it. They had to round out their seasons. And now you got to worry about this. It's more or less, with this year, did they have the prep time? Or are you more worried about making sure that the game can actually happen because of COVID? And, that backs down your practice and your preparation time on the field. And I think that's what we're going to see from both teams. So I think that even though that BYU's quarterback is the difference maker here, the one question you ask yourself is he a touchdown difference with these teams? Because we know UCF is a faster team. And I'll be honest with you, even though BYU's put up some big numbers this year, UCF puts up big numbers on anybody and everybody. BYU has put up big numbers on lower competition and against, the better of the competition. Yeah, in offensive games they can put up bigger numbers, but they've been shown to have some flaws, have some holes in the offense, and they've been shown they can be stopped. I don't know that UCF can stop them, but I know UCF can outscore them. So can they get to the quarterback? And if they do, if they can kind of stifle him even for just half the game, UCF can walk away with a double-digit outright win and not have to worry about taking the 7 points. So for all that, I'll be happy to take a touchdown with UCF in a game that, if I was forced to take it, and it was a pick'em, if I was forced to take it, even in a pick'em, I think I would take UCF for just some fun money, because I think that they know that the only thing they have to do besides play their game on offense and score their points is get to that quarterback. And if they can just slow him down, that'll be enough to win this game. So you're going to give me a full touchdown in a game I think they could win anyway? I'll take UCF plus the 7 points. And then I'll tell you what, one more underdog, a big game people are going to be looking at, 7 o'clock tonight, NCAA basketball, Louisville versus Pitt. Louisville, better team, bigger names. Obviously, they are somewhat of an NBA factory coming out of there. Pitt's still coming into their own since joining the ACC. Pitt has been has left a lot to be desired, as Notre Dame did when they first came in basketball. They've come a long way. They are now sitting where their first really good recruiting classes are now upperclassmen, and they're difference makers. I think that it's taking time for people to catch up and realize that Pitt is the real deal. Are they ACC championship real deal? I know, not yet. Are they national championship team that could go on a major run in the tournament? No, I don't think so. I mean, anything can happen in the tournament. We've seen that. I don't even know if right now they're a tournament team based on the way their schedule's laid out, and they still have to, get past teams like North Carolina, which is not going to be the North Carolina of last year. Um, that team is a one time thing that should have never happened. NC State, much improved, I think, is probably the most overlooked team in the ACC this year. I hate to say that because I hate NC State, but I really do believe that NC State could beat North Carolina tonight. I really do. North Carolina's the better team, but this is a game where I could see North Carolina just slipping up just a little bit and taking this team for granted. Duke is as poor as they've done so far this season. They're still one of the most talented teams in the ACC. Miami, Wake Forest, Florida State, all of those teams. The ACC is probably more powerful this year than they have been since 2010 as a whole in the conference. Pitt is one of those teams that's just floating around the middle. They're winning games, they're proving themselves, and everybody's overlooking them because it's Pitt. Because they're going to have to do something spectacular, like Baylor did in going and being a number one team for a handful of weeks, going on these huge runs, beating these top teams for people to realize that, oh shit, they're here. Pitt hasn't done that yet, but Louisville, even though I do think they are the better team, where both of these teams, I think at this point in the season, I think are about as even as they get. And I think the team that'll be a little bit more anxious for this game, a little bit more prepared for this game, and I think they may just outright want it more. And I think they also play smarter ball. Louisville tends to give the ball, turn the ball over just a little bit more. They try to make these big down court, they try to play with this style and flair, where Pitt is just, pound the boards. That's how they win games. But pounding the boards is what allows you to win championships. You have never seen a flashy, stylish team that didn't pound the boards first and foremost win a championship. Period. You've never seen it. The teams that you had that have almost done it. There's a key word there, almost. So there's a reason that they always come up short. And I think that if Louisville does that tonight, which they haven't shown that they won't, this is a game they could get beat on. And so Pittsburgh catching 4.5 right now, I'll take Pittsburgh. If you want to lay a little fun money on the money line of both of those games that I just gave you, it wouldn't hurt, because these are two games where I see these as a live dog, and I could see an upset. So do that. Make sure you go get on the soccer game of the month. Get on a package. Round out the year with money in your pocket, beating your book, and starting the year off right. I love you guys. I'll see you back for Wednesday. Make sure you jump on board. Go to chasewins.com, and let's go kill another day.